Is a firefighter water tank mentioned in any of the UK regulations or mandatory in any specific schemes?
Okay, interesting question. With firefighting tanks, it's very much dependent on the size of the project. We may not be aware of them, but most, whether it be a school, a supermarket, a hotel complex, will always have a fire hydrant access point, and it will, of course, be located on as part of the risk assessment of the site. Now, with the GRAF system, we're basically supplying our own units to support that application. Ours is slightly more colourful, but in relation to the actual question, it is very much mandatory to have one. I mean, fire services, of course, aren't going to have an endless supply of water on the backs of their trucks. Depending on the size and potential scale of what could happen at that site, you should have that water present. If it's going to be a smaller domestic, maybe it's a group of homes, for example, there will still be an access point for a top-up facility for a fire engine. They would go over, top their own tank up within their fire engine, and of course then go back to the emergency event. So there's always something present. These are, of course, as I say, located and marked in terms of where, and the fire service knows where they are, but it's very important to have one as part of a project to ensure that this box is ticked. It's very much something that should be looked out for when you're designing your project.
Perfect. So just to recap, it's very much mandatory, but it just depends on the type of project that we're seeing. If it's somewhere that can connect to the hydrant connect to the mains water supply, it most likely will. But if it hasn't got the option to connect to that mains water supply, that's when it might need a tank in itself, an underground tank like our Carrot XXL firefighting tanks to hold that mains water in preparation for that emergency water event.
Exactly.
As you said, yes, they are mandatory with the regulations on all sites.